Welcome back. Joining us on the show now is Sandeep Ban. He's CEO at Sime Darby Oils Trading. Sandeep, hi. Thank you so much for your time. And would you say India is absolutely festival ready when it comes to edible oils with the kind of import that we've seen in the month of July and August and perhaps September as well? Record numbers there. How would you look at the kind of trade India is doing, especially when it comes to palm?
Thanks for having me. For the palm, India has been a key last 1 month because India came aggressively in October for buying for October shipments and November shipments. And it's mainly because local disappearance of the oil has picked up a lot in the month of October, and which was being replaced by the Indian buying. And that's what we needed here.
Sandeep, what's your sense on India buying import? I mean, whatever edible oil that we import, which is 65% of our requirement, is palm oil. So for the next couple of months as well, are you working with any numbers?
So we see today in the market, soft oils, soybean oil and palm oil, there's a difference of $150. Sunflower oil, which was very cheap, which was at a discount of just $25, is now back to $90. So palm is getting very cheap from the Indian perspective, and that is going to give Indian increase in the palm oil imports.
Clearly. Sandeep, so what's your sense on the prices going forward? Because with the kind of biofuel mandate that we've seen Indonesia put out, and also the kind of 4:1 ratio that Indonesia continues to look at, is it going to support prices going forward?
Definitely prices will remain supported because one, the biodiesel industry is definitely the key for the support side, and also is the cheapest oil and in the current market. With palm being at such a huge discount, we will continue to see palm being well supported. And another key factor is now we are now entering into the low production months. October might be the peak of the year, but November onwards we will see a drawdown in the production, which will have its impact.
So when it comes to pricing, is there a range that you're working with, Sandeep? And second point, when we say that palm oil is the cheapest from the next lowest edible oil, how cheap do you see the palm oil prices as in sense of percentage terms? Is it 10% cheaper than the other oils, or how would you put that?
We are $150 like today, $980, $990 is the soybean oil, and palm oil is trading at $870. So it was $120. Last week it was $150. So today the market will open in the night time for palm soybean oil. We don't know how much high it can go, but at least it is maintaining $100, $120 premium over palm, which is supportive palm. So in terms of prices, we saw palm prices fell down twice, down to the 3,500, touched it and bounced back to 3,800. So that gives a room that downside is over, and we might see a now bit of an uptrend coming.
The market also is concerned about the hot and dry weather going forward. As you have said that October is the peak month, perhaps we see production going down. There are El Nino concerns as well. And there have been various international reports suggesting that going forward, we could be looking at a lower crop. Also with ethanol being mandatory, the percentages that is. Would you say that, perhaps the discount that palm oil seems to be enjoying, if I can say so, isn't going to last too long?
Yeah, I do agree with that. It won't last longer. El Nino is definitely a big concern now. In Indonesia, it is clearly visible that El Nino is impacting parts of the Indonesian. It's just that Malaysia has not been impacted so far.
Sandeep, also, what's your sense on the global demand going forward? Because the reports also do suggest that 5 to 5.5 million tons of demand growth is what we could be looking at in the next year. Do you see that pattern, trend continuing?
Definitely, if soybean oil maintains so big premium over palm, then palm is going to see a big demand, particularly from India.
Any percentage? Yeah. Sandeep, any percentage growth that you're putting at, or any number that you would want to quote?
I haven't put any numbers, but it's going to be a very big. We are expecting India to be bouncing back. And another major factor is China has not been doing well this year. So we should see next year Chinese coming more into the markets.
All right. So the demand growth is going to continue. And of course, you mentioned the Chinese point there, and that demand, as and when that comes in, we will see that hike in number coming in yet again. Sandeep, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Well, that's about the palm industry in the global markets. Remember, India is the largest importer, and we import nearly 60 to 65% of edible oil requirement. And within that, 60% is palm. So clearly big numbers coming in there. But with that, let's slip into a short break. We'll get you more markets and stock specific action on the other side.